Good morning. It is Friday, November 8th, and we have surprisingly a lot going on here at the studio. We have one wedding this weekend, but we have a lot of other small things coming up and some kind of big things coming up over the next few weeks that we're getting ready for. So I thought today would be a really good day to kind of take you around the studio throughout the day and let you have a look at what we're up to. Okay, so the first thing we have going on is next Wednesday we have a style shoot at the Grand Hotel in Carleton Place. And we're working on this kind of unique design with 5 round tables that we're going to be doing like this serpentine style centerpiece throughout. And we're going to be using dried hydrangeas as the floral interest, and then tons and tons of candles. So it's kind of a top view that Jesslyn sketched out for what this is going to look like. So yesterday we kind of laid out one table just to get a sense of what it's going to look like. So just a bananas number of candles and vases, all with different textural elements. So we've got some cut glass, we've got some votives that are frosted, we have some cylinders that are frosted, a mix of pillar candles and some tea light candles. So lots of different heights, lots of interest. So you can see sort of how this centerpiece kind of curves around the table. So then the next table will be kind of right here next to it, and then the curve will kind of continue down and then snake around. So this is sort of our concept right now. And these beautiful dried hydrangea heads, which are stunning. So then yesterday, Emma already started doing all of the arranging. So we've got a whole bunch of hydrangea arrangements already made and ready to go. And since they're dried, they don't need water, and they can just kind of sit out and wait until next week. And then we've got some lower arrangements, which you can't really see because they're all packed up. I'll show them to you next week whenever we're actually doing this shoot. They'll kind of act as a transition piece between the tables to kind of make sure that everything flows together better. Our tools and supplies are already packed up for that. And then we've got a whole bunch of extra bunches of hydrangea here. We've got a couple more arrangements to make, and cute little guys. And then we'll have a few extras for on-site if we want to tuck some around. Look at some of these guys, like, oh my gosh. They're so pretty. These guys are huge. So that's our preparation for styled shoot next week. This weekend we have 2 events happening. So we've got Laura and Derek's wedding at the Chateau Laurier. This is all of their bouquet boxes ready to go to get packed up. Bouquets are arranged in the fridge, so I'll give you a little tour of what's going on in the fridge right now. So we've got these beautiful roses in bud vases. Very, very simple. We got very simple rose bouquets. The bride's bouquet is a very traditional style, tight, round. Not a style we do very often anymore, but this bride really wanted that style, and I think for her it's going to be absolutely lovely. And then we got a couple of extra little blooms. We always send some extra blooms for our photographers, so those are ready to go. They just have to get packed up. Boutonnieres and corsages are packed up in here. Everything's labeled. And we got some extra pieces for the head table. And then a couple extra flowers that we'll send on site in case we need to tuck something in somewhere. So those are all ready to go. So the next thing we have going on this weekend is we are doing chair covers for the Steel Toes and Stilettos event happening at the Shaw Center. This is a big fundraising event that happens every year. They usually have about 400 guests. So we'll be sponsoring chair covers for this event. And our black chair covers right here, a lot of the feet on them need to be sewn because they get worn out when you kind of tuck them in. So right now, that's what Sonia's working on.
Hello.
getting
A lot of sewing.
a lot of sewing. We've gotten, would you say we're halfway through already, or like how far through are we?
A little over halfway.
Oh, well, that's good. So we're getting there.
Over halfway done sewing, but
yeah,
we should get there today.
So Sonia's gone through and marked the pockets that need to be sewn, because each chair has 4 pockets and not every single one of them has to be sewn. So yesterday Sonia went through, she marked the ones that need to be sewn with a little piece of tape, so that today they can just kind of bang it out and get them out.
See what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So working on that today, make sure that those are ready to go for Saturday. And those are our 2 events for this weekend, but that's not the only thing that we're working on. So this sort of chaotic looking pile of color is stuff that we've pulled to kind of plan out another event. So we have a fundraising event for Casco that's coming up at the end of this month. And this year their theme is color and kind of childlike. And so we're incorporating a lot of color. We've got balloons, we've got colorful candles, we've got some spray paint because we're going to be spray painting some things, different colored ribbon. So we pulled everything and kind of had a look to see what we have in inventory so that we could start planning. I can't show you too much for this one yet, but it's gonna be very cool. So in a couple of weeks, I'll take you guys along for what this is gonna look like when it comes together. Oh, and I almost forgot to show you guys these guys. This is for L&D this weekend. These beautiful red anthurium. I got them just hanging out, still packaged, so that they are happy and in water. So all these different sized red anthuriums. They're gonna look amazing. Now, for those of you who followed along with my farm video, I said that I had harvested some sage to figure out if we could maybe use it a little bit more next year than we did this year. So we wanted to run some tests. So I'll show you the tests that I'm running on those guys right now. So we've got our sage currently out of the fridge, and this is the stuff that we put testing in water with food, but out of the fridge. So we left this out last night in water. It looks very, very happy. Sage is just very happy when it's got water. So for things like arrangements that are going straight into water and not in foam, very happy. The foam stuff actually isn't too bad. So this is in foam out of the fridge. We put this in here Thursday. So the foam has been sitting out, and when it sits out of the fridge, it tends to dry out a little bit more quickly. In reality, we wouldn't be leaving the foam out for 24 hours straight, right? Like we arrange, it goes into the fridge, we refill with water. So this is a really big stress test because this is kind of worst case scenario. Some of the sage held up really well. Like these guys look really, really pretty. These guys look the same as when we put them in. These guys still look great. What doesn't look great is this guy. So then he was a huge, huge piece, like a lot of foliage. So what I'm thinking is that a piece that has too many branches and too many leaves on it just cannot get enough water to all of that foliage from the foam to be able to hold up well. So if we're going to use sage, we have to make sure that we're using these smaller pieces with less foliage if we're putting them in foam. And then the other test we did was with sage that we left in the fridge overnight. So the stuff that is in water with flower food in the fridge, I mean, it still looks awesome. No issues at all. There's a little bit of yellowing, but that yellowing was on it when I harvested it from the field because it's November and, you know, the sage is getting tired. We wouldn't normally be harvesting this time of year. But otherwise, it looks great. And then we got the stuff in foam in the fridge. And the stuff that's in foam in the fridge, even some of the bigger pieces, still look good. So this is really encouraging. Because like I said, when we arrange, we put everything straight into the fridge. And then before it goes out into an event, we add more water. And the sage is holding up really, really well. And then the stuff that was actually left out for 24 hours still looks really good. Aside from that like, one big piece. So I'd say this test was pretty successful. Ignoring all of the yellowing leaves, of course, like I said, they're just, they're a little old. They're a little sad in some places. But overall, they held up really, really well. So Marika is now on pocket checking duty. So what are you doing, Marika?
I'm checking if the pockets have like any holes in them. So like even if it's separated from the chair cover itself or at the bottom or the side, so we can fix it up and reinforce it. So hopefully we don't have to do this anymore because they're just so strong.
You're just gonna sew them super strong so we never have to sew them again?
Yeah.
Don't we pretty much sew some of them every winter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think we're gonna be able to sew them into a way that we're not gonna have to sew them again?
I was going over and then back.
Oh, so you're like double,
Yeah.
you're double sewing them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So hopefully last time we have to sew them en masse like this.
Well, these, yes, because some of them were good before.
Okay.
So.
Right, so some of them are not gonna have the double.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, cool.
See, like this.
Beautiful. Okay. So Jess and Fallon are going to be doing a lot of office computer work today because there is so much to do. What are you guys up to today? Jesslyn, you first.
So today I am working on some proposal updates. We still have events coming up this year, so we use this list over here that keeps track of everyone that's going to be coming up through the year, so we know our finalization dates. And so working on updates for that, working on updates for clients. We have lots of people that are coming in for 2025 and 2026, so we are very excited to get proposals out for them.
Yeah, we just got a huge influx of inquiries for next year, and then 2026s are starting to roll in. And Jesslyn's just coming back from a vacation, so she's playing some catch up.
Yeah.
Lots of clients are waiting to hear from her, so
Yeah.
she's gonna be busy, head down doing that today.
Yep.
Yeah. And Val, I think you're working on KRP stuff, eh?
Yes, I'm reprinting a lot of our documents from our meeting yesterday, making sure that everything that we discussed in our meeting was captured and recorded for the on-site team. And then after that, continuing to work on the final updates for all of our upcoming events.
Yeah, so KRP is like a big Christmas installation that we do. We've got 22 buildings in 23 buildings now. Oh, right, that's right. We went up one in Canada that we decorate for Christmas. So it's logistically challenging. There's a lot of details to go through. So we have our binder over there that has all of our lists of things that need to happen and where things are going and who's doing what, so that we can split up into teams and tackle it. And so it's logistically a lot. So Fallon's getting that ready to go. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop bugging you now. Have a good day.
Bye.
Emma is working on finishing up a couple of the floral arrangements for our styled shoot next week. So she's gonna start working on the ground arrangements that's going to go in front of the table. If you saw in that photo that Jesslyn drew, the nice ground arrangement that's gonna come up from the floor. So Emma's gonna work on building that right now.
What's a video?
Yeah.
Wait, oh no! I thought it was a time lapse.
I changed my mind. I'll speed it up almost like a time lapse.
Right. Welcome to my video. Would you like to say hi?
You're like trying to like scoot by like that. Like,
We always sing while we work.
I don't think you're able to pick that up in the background.
In theory, we'll be able to, like I don't know. I just don't have stems.
Like you want something taller? Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe.
I like the shape of it.
It'll look like. Oh wait, no, there won't be one on the end.
No, there
This
won't.
is the connection one.
Yeah, that's right. There's not going to be one at the very end. So this is, I don't think so anyway. I have Justin's photo
No.
here. Yeah. Yeah, the inspo just has it tapering off with candles and then the piece at the end. I think it looks really pretty. The camera's not really picking it up as nicely as...
If you're talking, I can't hear you past the wrinkling.
That's okay. I was kind of talking to myself. I like it. Do you like it?
Need more? Less? Is it okay?
I don't know. No, I think it's really pretty.
Okay. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's
we
gonna...
still want it to look airy, like we don't want it to look dense
Yeah.
up to the top, right?
No, exactly. I
Okay.
think it's going to photograph really well too.
Okay. And there are lots more stems if
Right.
on site someone thinks it needs something.
Yeah, exactly. I can always add in if we need to. Cool. Great job. So pretty.
Who stole that back?
So what? Oh, I stole that this morning. I had to show what it was going to look like. Okay, cool. You can have it back now. Thank you. So Emma just finished getting everything packaged up and labeled so that it is all set and ready to go for our style shoot next week. Thanks, Emma.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's gonna do it for today, you guys. We got a lot of stuff done around here. We didn't film everything, obviously. Jesslyn had 3 discovery calls with potential clients for next year. She's actually on a call right now, which is why I'm not talking super loud. And we're just wrapping it up for the day and heading home. But we have Laura and Derek's beautiful wedding tomorrow, which we're very excited for. And hopefully we'll get a chance to keep you posted on that one. Okay, bye.